Welcome to Nox Game Attic, and this time we have a special in English. I'm here with Roel from QUined Games, and together we're gonna introduce a new game which will be released in upcoming Spiel in Essen 2014. We are working with a prototype, so the artwork you will see in this video is final, but the components are not completed in this prototype, so they will be different when the game is released. Roel.
Yeah, thank you Bastiaan for welcoming me. The game you see is The Golden Ages. It's by Luigi Ferrini. He's from Italy and he made this civilization game, and it's been published by QUined Games this Spiel. So that's 16th of October this year, 2014.
Okay. The game will be for 2 to 4 players, and it will take up to 90 minutes to play one game. And well, as he already told you, it's going to be a civilization game, but it's just a tad bit quicker, which makes it more fun to play. Let's have a look at what we're going to get for our money.
Let's first have a look at the game board. As you can see, there are some tiles, and the world will expand. So in the game there will become more tiles, so you can puzzle the world there. You can make the world as well, or you can make a custom world as well. You can recognize some forms. This is South America, for instance. There are also some resources on it. There are 4 types, which is diamonds, deer, and grain, and rock. And on the map you will build the capital with your workers. There are 3 workers in the game, and you will expand your empire with cities. So you will build cities on the world map like this.
Each player will receive in their own color their own player board. They are the same color as your meeples and your cities. On this board you see the tech trees. There are 4 of them. The first 4 technologies have been researched, and the rest have small tokens on them. You will have to research them to open them up, and you will get the illustrated technology. We have 3 locations where we can build new buildings. This is the war track. You can only attack other players in this game a maximum of 4 times. You have a bit of room for your money and your cities. And here on the bottom right we have the actions you can choose from. You see there are 4 actions which require your meeples, and you have 4 actions which require no meeples at all. You can do them at all time. So every player will receive 1 player board in their color.
There are 5 types of cards. First of all, there are civilization cards. They come in 4 eras. Era 1, 2, 3 to 4. There are building cards, wonder cards. There are historical judgment cards and future technology cards. And all these cards will give you benefits.
And this is the initial setup of the game. In the middle of the table we place the game board, and in the middle of the game board we place this starting piece, and it can be placed as the players like. Every player starts with a marker on the scoring track at position 0. There will be placed some buildings and wonders. There will be 5 historical judgment cards placed here. The remaining historical judgment card will not be used in this game, so you only use 5 per game. Every player starts with their own player board in their own color. They have 5 cities in stock. The remaining cities are placed on the technologies. You will see that certain technologies, they have a little symbol in the bottom left where there's a cube. That means that this technology has 1 city block put on them, and as soon as you research this technology the token is removed and you get the block in your stock. You start a game with 3 coins. You get 4 civilization cards, 1 from each era. Then the first one will be opened. It's the starting civilization card, and you will see an effect, and if this effect has a small lightning symbol in the corner, this means the effect will be applied immediately. In my case I get the technology for free, so I immediately remove this technology token and open the technology, so it can be used from now on. And I get, like every other player, 1 future technology card, which will grant me extra victory points at the end of the game if, in my case, I have waged the most wars. And of course I get my 3 meeples and my capital city. The remainder of the money will be placed alongside the board together with the agora, and that's how we set up the game. I think it's time to start playing.
The game lasts 4 eras, and the beginning of each era starts with every player choosing a land tile. At the beginning they are 3 places big, later they are 2 big. You place them on the game board using the very logical rules, and then you decide if you want to move your capital to the new tile. If your capital is on the map, of course. In the beginning you of course place the capital on the tile you just placed, and you place all the remaining meeples place to the just new built capital. Then each player decides, in era 1 you just reveal your civilization card, but then you decide if you want to change to upgrade your civilization to a era 2 card. And at the beginning of each era the corresponding buildings, these are era 1 buildings, and wonders are revealed.
And after that we start the third phase, and which is the main phase of the game. In this phase the players will be alternating, performing actions, and they have to choose from 8 different actions, of which 4 can be done with the meeples, the citizens of your civilization, and 4 actions don't require any meeples. They are also illustrated on the bottom of your player board. We will start with the 4 actions you can do with your meeples. The first one, which is very logical and easy, is moving and creating a new city. The amount of steps a citizen of your civilization can move depends on your technology. We have to look at the top technology tree, and they indicate for starters that you can move 1 step. If you research the second one you get a horse and cart, and you can move 2 steps, and with the locomotive you can start moving 3 steps, and after a while you will be able to use airplanes and eventually rockets. Movement is not restricted to land or sea. If you want to move into the open ocean, that is not a problem. You can just move your meeple there, but yeah, it won't benefit you. What you want to do is you want to go to land pieces which have those symbols printed on them, because they will give you the ability to harvest the goods. If I, for instance, I have a movement of 1, move to this space, and you see the land has been divided in squares, and you can only move left to right and up or down, you can't move diagonally. If I move to this space, I say I want to start a city there. There's no city there, so I can start a city. I put my city there, I lay my colonist flat, he is exhausted, it was a long journey, and I can collect income. And again, the income you collect, you have to look at your technology. In the starting setup I just get 1 coin because I built a new city, and I've not yet researched the technology to get coins from the iron ore. But if I have researched that, I could get 2 coins or even more. But this is how I can make a little bit of money. So now I've moved, build a city and collect coins. In this case 1 coin. First action. The second action I can perform is I can create art. To do that I take one of my colonists, I place it on its side in the agora, and I immediately receive 3 victory points. The third action I can do is I can build a building. Again, I have to take one of my colonists, place it in the agora, and I can take one of the available buildings for free. But as you can see on your board, you have only 3 spaces in which you can build buildings, and only the first one is open. The other 2 have a small lock symbol printed on them, which means it requires a certain technology to be researched before you can actually build on those spaces. So I can build 1 building for free. The other 2 buildings I can also build when I have researched the appropriate technologies. So that's my third action, and the final move I can do with my colonists is I can attack another city. The attack is exactly the same as the move, only I'm now going to move to a already occupied square in which another player has a city. I'm going to attack him. Attacking is not for free, it will cost me money, which is logical. Again, I have a look at my player board, and you can see here's the war track, and there are 4 spaces, so I can attack 4 times. The first time that I attack someone will cost me 3 coins. And the next time will be 5, etc, etc, and after my 4th attack I can no longer attack it. When I use one attack, I place one of these markers on top of it. On the other side of these markers will be some victory points printed, which give me points at the end of the game, and there are certain goals which give me additional points if I am able to get those cards. The attack itself is very easy. If I've paid the money, I place the colonist from the other player back next to his capital. I remove his cube, it goes back to his stock, and I can place one of my own cubes there. And of course, again, I exhaust my colonist, so I place him face down. Again, when I attack someone, I get the benefits of building a city in this case, which gives me 1 coin, and if I have technology that gives me money for grain, I will also get the money from that. So it's actually the same as the movement, except you have to pay to remove the blocks from another player. So those are the 4 actions you can perform with your colonists.
Next to the actions using a colonist, there are also 4 actions which do not require the use of a colonist. These 4 are also printed over here at the player board. The first action is this purple one, is build a wonder. The cost is displayed on top, and you can see it's variable. It costs 3, but it costs 2 if you have this civilization, which I happen to have. So in this case it would cost me 2 just to build it. If I build this one, I get an immediate effect displayed by the lightning bolt, and I get an effect each time when I use this building. The second action is use one of your buildings or your wonders, and which is displayed with this gear. Going back to the wonder I just built, it also displays the gear symbol here. Each time when I use this building, I earn 1 victory point. The third action, not requiring a colonist, is develop a technology, which is displayed here. In this way you just purchase a technology, which means that you remove one of your tiles from your player board, and you have to pay the corresponding cost. In this example, if I want to develop the horse and cart, it costs me 3 money, and this way I can move 2 spaces instead of 1. And the final possible action, which you can only do if all your colonists have been used, meaning they have been laid down, is starting a golden age. Starting a golden age is basically the same as passing. If you're the first to start a golden age, you may choose one of the historical judgment cards, like for instance this one. You set a condition for earning victory points for that era. In this case, every 3 money is 1 point. That is for everybody. The other players just continue to play, and each time when the turn would return to you, you take 2 money.
At the end of the 4th era the game is over, and we're gonna total our scores. You have of course earned victory points during the game itself, and at the end of the game every 3 coins you have is another 1 victory point. You get points for certain technologies you've researched. The backs of them have the amount of points printed on them. The war chips also give you victory points, as again these are prototypes, so they don't have anything printed on the back, but there will be victory points printed on the back, so you will score those at the end of the game as well. And of course you're going to look at your future technology. In this case, if I have assembled the most war chips, I will get another 8 victory points. All those points will be totaled up, and the one with the most victory points will be the winner of the Golden Age. And that's how this game will be played.
I hope you enjoyed the presentation of the Golden Ages. It's a fast-paced, attractive-looking civilization game. It's light. It has some interaction. The iconography is very good, to my opinion.
Yeah, well, I must say I like the game a lot. I like the fact that there's little downtime. I like the fact that it is language independent, so everything works with symbols. They are easy to understand, and that gives you the ability to just focus on your game itself and on your own strategies, and well, those aspects I really liked about this game. And as he said, it's a fast game. For a civilization game in particular, it's really fast, and that makes it very enjoyable, and it screams for revenge if you didn't win the first game.
I hope you liked this presentation. The game will be available on Spiel 2014, which is in October. and you can find it at QUined Games.
Thank you for joining us, Roel.
Thank you, Celeste.
Nox Spellenzolder.